It's a little early to be doing a trading recap given that it's only 3 o'clock, but I started the day tired and I have a headache. And I did pretty awesome today, so I'm gonna do a recap and get to studying volume analysis and looking for potential plays for tomorrow. So here's my recap. Last week I got into this trade here on this dip. I tried to add in here, only had 100 shares, but basically SFOR is being pitched as like the new Zoom, pitched or pumped, however you want to say it. So I did wait for the breakout on this, and I didn't get filled at the breakout, so I got in after this dip held and it pushed. I got in. I tried to add, like I said, in here, but I didn't get filled. And then this morning it was gapping up nicely, but the level 2 looked kind of, I use the term hollow. So there was a bid at 17, 18, 19. And then once this guy got hit, there was a bid at 17, and then there was a bid at 14, which is obviously a lot lower. And so I decided that I was going to exit, excuse me, right away. I think I even put in my sell order the minute before the market opened just so I could make sure it was in, and I put it in below the bid to make sure I could get out, and it dipped and pushed, and yeah, I could have made another 2 cents, but I'm happy with my trade. It was only 100 shares. I'm not that comfortable with OTCs, but I'm dipping my toe, so I think I barely covered commissions on this trade, which is fine. You know, I just I'm the kind of person who has to do a thing in order to learn about it. And then today I saw this beautiful breakout, and I missed. It was right, let's see, what was the breakout level? Yeah, 86, 85, and I think it was 85 or 86. I put in an order for 86, and I didn't get filled. And I didn't want to chase. It went without me, so it went without me. That's how it goes. And that was a little frustrating. But then I had some really good calls. I made some really good calls on RIOT. I didn't trade it, but when it came down here and it held this 890, I was thinking about calls. And then it came up, and I wanted it at 10. I was going to grab puts at 10, but I didn't quite get that. And all of this was kind of mid-range for me, so I didn't really know what it was going to do. But I've already decided the theme of today is wait for the screaming to stop. So what I mean by that is this was a panic. You know, this was everybody screaming. Longs are terrified, they want out. And then it kind of stops, calms down, holds for a minute, goes back up, and now shorts are screaming until it stops. And again, I thought that it could push a little further, but it didn't, so I didn't get in. And then it faded. I would have been really comfortable with this entry, and possibly this one, but it seems kind of mid-range to me. Why is that 1 minute? I do not like that. Yeah, there we go. It seems kind of mid-range to me. It had support all over the place, and so I just didn't have enough faith in the trade. to take it here, and then this didn't come to my target entry point, so I didn't get in. But after missing that panic bounce on RIOT, I thought about taking this one, and I did. I thought that this spot here would hold. I grabbed calls, and I got out when this spot did not hold. So it was just an early entry problem. I think I lost 10 bucks on that. Looks like I got in at 40 and out at 38. So that would be cents. I got in here for the bounce. I got out when it failed, and I looked away. 15 was a perfect spot. That would have been a great spot. Then I got SPY calls, puts, excuse me. So what happened here is, if you look, we recently hit all-time highs. We had this pullback, and then this spike, and this again follows the hype cycle and Tim Sykes' framework, 7-step framework, where it ramps up, you get the hype, there's a serious pull, and then there's a bounce, but the bounce doesn't get all the way back, and then pull. So I saw that it was struggling right in here, got here, pulled back, came back up. I grabbed a put in here for $369, and I think I paid $40 for it, and I honestly thought that $369 would hold. So I set a sell order. I put in a sell limit order. I sold it for $45, and I just looked away. You know, I was risking $370, and I was just kind of keeping a side eye on SPY while I watched other stuff. And so it came down. It was right about here that I sold it for $45, and then the news came out about the mutant virus in London. There's 1,000 cases of mutated version of COVID-19 in London, and this happened. And if I hadn't sold here, I would have quadrupled my money by now. I think I can look at the price. Oh, I don't want to change that one. Hang on one second. So there were 0 DTE puts for $369. I bought it, oh my God. I bought it at $40. It was at 40 cents at the time. It's now trading for $5.25. So that'll teach me to set it and forget it. I did race to change the order, but it wasn't fast enough. I used my Webull account, and that's on my phone, not on my computer. And so when the news came out, I did go to see if I could cancel my order, my sell order, but I wasn't fast enough. It had already gone through. So I think that this is going to dip. I think that we're going to be back at 370 tomorrow, but I don't have enough conviction to buy it. So we will see what happens. This trade I'm very proud of. VERU. has had a lot of up days lately. It's a biotech, so it's a hot sector stock. I felt that it was overextended, and apparently so did a lot of other people because we had this big sell-off. Then it pushed, came back down, and I wanted 10. I wanted to buy puts at 10. And it looks like I still can, but I'm not as convicted about it anymore, and I have the headache and all that. So anyway, pushed in here. I wanted it to break here. I wanted to hear the screaming. I wanted to hear the shorts, screaming. I wanted to hear them getting squeezed like they are right now. Like this is the screaming, Or maybe not. Maybe they are all closed their position down here, and so this is just buyers taking over. There's no more pressure. Anyway, I wanted this to push, but I noticed that, for one, the volume was fading pretty seriously. And I noticed that these pushes were getting weaker and weaker. You can tell this was the strongest push, and then this one didn't even make it to that high. And then this one, like the last push ended red. So I grabbed my puts right in here. I grabbed a put right in there. I grabbed it for 40 bucks. And then I waited. I was risking, because I didn't want to be the one screaming if the music started or stopped or whatever. So I was risking 9.72, or I was probably risking $5. And the price of the puts did hit my stop. But I didn't feel like the price action was indicative of a reversal. And so I stuck to my guns. I think probably someone just did a sweep, like they just sold all their puts or whatever. They probably got them up here, and then into one of these pushes, they sold their puts. So, and then it fell down, and I sold them for 60 bucks. I sold one. I only had one, so looks like this still might have been a good entry. But after it reclaimed, it has it reclaimed the open? 987 reclaimed the open, and now it's failing. So that might have been a nice shot. I'm okay missing it. I did grab some GNUS puts. I keep calling them puts, but I only grabbed one. And this is the screaming, right? So GNUS is kind of a garbage company. They do, they make cartoons, which is awesome for kids and stuff. That's cool. Today they had a breakout. Yeah, 175 was really the breakout level, but I don't think that it's a very good company. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that I'm short a stock who supposedly has an 8.99 float, but if I recall correctly, they've done a lot of dilution, and I am not convinced that this number is accurate. So, GNUS has, the bags that the bag holders hold have bag holders in it. Like, this thing cannot hold a spike. And if it does, I'm wrong. I'm out 20 bucks. Not gonna cry about it. But I grabbed so short squeeze, came down, and then I grabbed them into this pop. I got to put in the pot. in the pop, put in the pop. So I used my Webull account, which doesn't have settled funds. So hopefully it stays below 2 until Wednesday. And if not, well, Webull can be mad at me because I'm not going to stay in a losing trade just because they'll be mad at me if I don't. But okay, so it's a cash account. And with a cash account, you have what's called good faith. If you make a purchase with funds that are not yet settled, then you are supposed to wait until those funds have settled before you sell. So basically, I bought that put, I sold that put, and so I have money that's mine that's coming to me. And it's not there yet. It's not technically in my account because the trade hasn't settled. And so those funds have not settled. So I'm basically borrowing money that's mine. And the idea behind the good faith rule is that in acknowledging that I'm borrowing that money that's mine, I agree not to sell the thing, the put, that I have acquired with unsettled money until the money settles. It's a cash account thing. And if I violate that good faith rule, then I'm a bad person and they won't let me trade in that account for 90 days. I don't know Webull's policy. My point of contention is with the name of the rule. And I know it's kind of dorky, but I feel like I would prefer to act in good faith. And so, given my conviction that GNUS is unlikely to continue this run, although, man, I went against the trend here. Yeah, it's just climbing right up, isn't it? Well, I basically promised that I wouldn't sell until Wednesday. And I think that GNUS is running on gas. And I think that there's going to be a lot of downward pressure. Maybe shorts that are too aggressive, like myself. I think $2 is going to be big time resistance level. It's got it here. It's got it here. Didn't quite get there today. So, you know, I basically said that I wouldn't sell it until Wednesday, and if I do, then I agree to be penalized for it. So, the put expires Friday. I think this comes back down. I ain't a skirt. And that's my trading recap plus brief lesson on good faith rules and cash accounts. All right then. Best trading wishes to you and happy holidays. Try to get enough sleep that you don't have a headache all day and you can trade into power hour. Don't forget to drink water, or I should say remember to drink water. And